Is there any place that there is no Boko Haram now in Nigeria? You have heard that Boko Haram is in Bauchi, Boko Haram is in Niger, Boko Haram is in Borno, but the origin is in Borno. The security challenges that we are facing in this country is something else. But that does not mean in any way, if a government, that you, okay, now what the people want is for the educational progress of this country should have a setback. So if you say you are not setting that institution, or you are not establishing that institution because the security is not there, we are living there. We are living there. My father is there, my friends and my relatives, my emir is there. So what are you saying? If we are not safe, or just because we are not safe, we should be abandoned and deprived of these kind of facilities? In fact, the priority should be those areas to make sure that those that are challenging the federal government in terms of these things are actually dealt with, so that we will have normalcy and peace and a proper academic environment there. If you open that school in Gwoza, I assure you that the number of students that will apply, even from South, will be there. If you go to Biu now, there are students there. If you go to University of Maiduguri, University of Maiduguri is at the fringe. From University of Maiduguri to another Boko Haram district is not up to 5 kilometers. But yet you find students from all over the country there. So I don't think that because we have security challenges, that should be an excuse. The children that were abducted in Kaduna, it's in Kaduna here, in a university. Would you say you closed the university? So I don't think that that is a cogent reason to say, okay, no, stand it down, or don't even do it because the place is not secure. Establish it, secure the place.
Very good.
So it's an issue of funding.
Yes.
So we all know that education institutions in Nigeria are facing challenges of funding, and yet there are these
Issue of funding raised on issues that are important, of national importance. If you look at our budget, it has been raising from, I came to this National Assembly, the national budget was not up to 8 trillion. And now we are, talking about 13 trillion. And you go and look at what is allocated to education compared to other countries. That the problem with Nigeria is prioritization of its project. So it's not that we don't have the money, but it's only that, priority is not properly placed in terms of what we need in this country. And if they are properly placed, I think this is not something that you should have complained about. I told you that recently, when government allowed for the establishment of private institutions, the number of private universities in the country has outnumbered the government institutions. So if they are not making money, or if the people are not willing to go there and pay money to get that education, and where do they get that money? It's within this country. So the issue of funding, I don't agree that it's the issue of funding, but the issue of placement, proper placement of priorities by the government.
Final one. John Akubo of Ghana.
I think you are mixing the two. The problem in this country is not that of request or the need for more institutions. The problem you are talking about centers on security, and that does not only affect the institutions. You just mentioned about 3 institutions. Last time, Kankara students were, abducted, 300 of them, and some others like that. That is another area that is in the front burner in this country now, security. So I don't see the correlation between the two. All I'm saying, maybe that I would say, and that is what we have been saying, is that the government should stand up, really stand up and make sure that Nigeria is secured. If Nigeria is secured, then that problem is taken care of. In fact, the perpetrators of the crime find it convenient to attack schools like that, because that is where they can get a cluster of victims. in one place. Besides to these few days, let me tell you that in Maiduguri we live in more or less a glorified prison, but it's safe, safer than most places, because you can't go into Maiduguri from 4 o'clock or 5. You can't go in, you can't go out. And there is only one road that leads into Borno State now, Maiduguri particular. But inside Maiduguri, you can sleep with your 2 eyes closed, although we don't have light. So, even if you don't close your eyes, it will be dark, you know. So, you can't see anything. It's not funny, you know, people are talking here. It's because you have what I call minimum comfort in this country. In Maiduguri or in Borno State, we are talking about security now. That is what you are worried about. But in Maiduguri, we are dealing with, as I told you, for the past 3 months now, we don't have light, nothing. And it's Ramadan. The last time I went there, temperature can go up to 46 degrees. You can't run on generator continuously. Even if you have generator, you can't be foiling it. As at last time when I went there, a liter of diesel was selling for 285 naira. Who will afford that? That is one. Two, there is only one entry and exit from Maiduguri now. That is the Maiduguri-Kano Road, Maiduguri to Damaturu. And that one too you have heard last week. 30 soldiers were killed in Mainok. Mainok is right on the highway to those place. Yesterday, or day before yesterday, Ajiri, just 30 kilometers from Maiduguri, just 30 kilometers, was overrun by Boko Haram, and it took concerted effort of the armed forces, but we lost a major and we lost some soldiers. In Iran, in the local government, the same thing happened. So the problem that we are facing in Borno, and to some extent now Yobe, and even part of Adamawa, is the insurgency is resurging again, and that is a matter of concern. And the only solution, part of the solution, is not to give up and to show the insurgents that Nigerians are resilient, that despite their campaign of terrorist act against Western education, more institutions will be established.
Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome.